quest dungeons in play. That means the second quest stairways are in play, as are walk through walls.
Those are always fun. We're going to start off kind of up.
Oh, wow. That's super, super generous. White sword is the Armos item. So not only is that going to give it so that they can, kill some things, but that means when they find the wood sword, they can take the candle.
Oh, definitely. That's a great early pickup. The only thing that might be better than that would be the wand at this point.
No, but both of them are going to find a level here immediately, and jkoper are going to have the massive, massive advantage of, well, one, a weapon, two, it being the white sword.
And the disadvantage of it being whiz ropes.
Well, you say disadvantage, I say entertaining.
Now, enemies and bosses do have plus 4 HP.
Antlerz finding the red ring. This seed is all kinds of generous right now. I love it. This seed is bananas, is what it is.
And 142 for the large.
This is the most generous beginning of a seed ever.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah, there's always a catch. Well, we're going to get a bomb purchase. No, candle from antlerz, which means, unfortunately, bad for him because he doesn't know that the white sword's literally one screen below where he is.
I still don't mind the pickup there. Definitely going to pick up a pack of bombs as well, though.
Oh, absolutely. Those are huge pickup right there. And we have a hint telling us Goma creeps on Death Mountain. That could be true. It could not be true. And oh, antlerz is screen scrolling away from the Armos item, which means, unfortunately, no white sword right now. Right. jkoper are going to use one of his keys, and we've had a couple of hint rooms. So that tells me this is at least a later dungeon. Could be 5, could be 7, because definitely one of the later dungeons. Could,
antlerz finding the second large secret. I don't even know anymore.
Well, we don't need to purchase a blue ring because we've already found the red ring. antlerz going to go ahead and scroll over here and get rewarded with his white sword. Yeah, this seed is just crazy.
We're going to have something silly like Wrath blocking 9 or something. So antlerz finds the any roads.
Nothing wrong with any roads, and this feels like it's a first quest level 8. So it looks like we're going to have first quest levels 7, 8, and 9.
And so if this ends up being first quest 8, this will still have a second item in here.
And it could potentially be in this room. Because this is a second quest staircase room. But it's not. So, continuing on here, we do have a way to go south. antlerz going to use a bomb here to make his way farther south into the area, into what we believe, again, is vanilla, or first quest level 8. And we have lots of whiz ropes, but it does not appear that they have rolled high. So those are either 3 or 4 HP red whiz ropes.
He's rewarded with the compass here, and let's see if he can get through to the Triforce.
Get on through to the other side. Always nice to see a key, and I believe both of our runners have figured out that this is level 8, so both of them are going to be going ahead and trying to find their second item here, and antlerz is going to have a chance to do it right with this room, and unfortunately it is exactly what he's looking for, and it is the raft. So good news for him is that raft is going to open up a potential 2 spots. better news is the raft is one of those items where you're happier to find it earlier because it's one less thing you have to worry about, and you're not disappointed when you find it. Oh, it's the raft. I really wanted the bow.
Yeah, and it's always good to find your movement items as your first thing. So our runners are definitely looking for recorder, power bracelet, raft early on to just knock out spots and routing.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice thing to be able just to knock those into the middle of a route, not a problem. And good news, it's an easy room because it's keys. Bad news, we have some hefty keys here. Those are at least 3 HP. And they are 4 HP keys. But Antler's going to go ahead and pick up the first Triforce of the match here. Going to be the Triforce out of level 8. jkoper going to get a heart container, and he is also going to go ahead and pick up the raft here in this room. We have a greedy old woman wanting Antlerz to pay for the door repair, and Antlerz is like, no, thank you, I'm just going to run off and keep my money. Couldn't get the up A there in time, so just going to go with that. And now this is where the mixed quest overworld comes into play here, because that could have potentially been or not been something. Turns out it's got a bait, bomb, and a candle shop. It is a thing to note for the bait shops there, because with first quest 7 through 9, there is one hungry gorilla. And if we get second quest 1 through 6, there's also going to be another hungry gorilla. So bait going to have potentially slightly more use here in this option, as opposed to just when things are all vanilla.
Definitely. And after our weekly last night here on Speed Gaming, Antlerz decided to go ahead and quickly check the raft spot, as that cost him some time in that race, and we find that a quarter is our coast item.
Yep, I also like to point out the fact that we have a minimum price blue ring with a super accessible red ring. Of course it works that way, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, sure. You like that kind of thing.
I mean, I'm always in for Schadenfreude, and you know this. One thing you may notice that we didn't get a chance to touch on in the open here is there's some bunnies and some Gibdos and some Stalfos on the overworld.
And there's the Wood Sword Cave. Yeah. Or the Blue Candle Cave in this case.
Exactly. But yeah, we do have shuffle enemy groups on, so that underworld enemies can appear in the overworld and vice versa. You see there's ropes. It looks like a good portion of the underworld enemies rolled here onto the overworld. We've seen ropes, we've seen Stalfos, we've seen Gibdos, we've seen Pulse Voice. There are a couple enemies that will never end up in the underworld. Octoroks, because their projectile does crazy. And look at this, we've got a white sword item power bracelet. It is more than 4 hearts. The Octoroks, again, can't be underworld because of their projectiles. The P-Hats can't be underworld just because they're obnoxious. And I remember when the P-Hats were in the underworld shuffle. Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, just the thought of that. No P-Hats.
What about Patra?
Everyone's favorite orbital enemy, Patra, hanging out with Antlerz here.
Wait, you're sure that's everyone's favorite orbital enemy?
I mean, it is the only orbital enemy in the game, so...
Well, you didn't specify the game. I mean, because I was a big fan of Planet Man from Mega Man. And yes, there is a Planet Man in the Battle Network series. Fight me. Chat wanting to make all enemies P-Hats. That's always fun.
Wouldn't you like that map?
I bet you'd like to have more map. That might be my favorite new trolley location. Also, the thing most people hate about second quest, red bubbles, which completely disables your access to the A button.
Yeah, the only way to get rid of that is drink a potion, get hit by a blue bubble, go to a fairy fountain, or up A and save.
Forgot to pick up a Triforce.
Oh, you can pick up a Triforce too. If you're Redbird Grad, apparently you can pick up a sword too.
As for those of you who might not be in the know, Redbird thought that you could pick up a sword upgrade and go ahead and get your sword back, not realizing that he hit a blue bubble on the way to the sword. So Antler is going to try and make his way through here without burning a key, but looks like he's going to have to do that. jkoper in the exact same room. That room treated Antlers a little better than it treated jkoper. Well, we have more spinny boys.
Well, the good news is it doesn't look like the red dark nuts rolled up, at least. Oh, there's a wand on the floor here.
A wand on the floor here. Does that mean we're in one?
Well, I was just going to grab the Triforce, so we'll definitely be able to confirm it.
Both of our runners going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce here. But yeah, I believe that would be second quest level 1. Antlers has a 50-50 shot now of picking up the power bracelet when he gets to it. jkoper, on the other hand, if he picks up this heart, which he is going to do, is now guaranteed to pick up that power bracelet. And for the record, I would like to point out, for those of you who are wondering about my commitment to level 1 in letters, it's letters. You can draw out the entire E, and I'm still not sure entirely it's a letter. Okay, that's nothing against the game, that's just on me. jkoper going to go ahead and find his recorder on the coast, but unfortunately, we are still ladderless in trying to find it. We haven't even found level 9. We don't know the Triforce requirements for that. What we have done, however, is we have cleared out both dungeons we found of Triforce of items, so we're at least there.
Well, we finally got our first troll of the night, the small secret, being 2 rupees.
Is that a troll or just a tribute?
We're just going to buy some hints.
Buying hints is an interesting option here when you are dealing with deceptive hints. Also, jkoper going to go ahead and pick up the bait, and as I mentioned, because we're at second quest 1 through 6 and first quest 7 through 9, that means we do have 2 hungry gorillas to deal with potentially. So hey, level 9, 2 Triforces or less.
That is a great find for Antlers here. You'd probably like to have one of the 3 items here: the bow, the silvers, or the ladder. But let's start exploring now.
Well, here's the thing: is you're in 9, you're already explored there. Absolutely look through, see what you can find. I mean, if you can't go through because your ladder blocked or some other thing, that's fine. You have information now. But by far, you know you're in the vanilla first quest level 9. You know there's 2 items to find. And if those 2 items happen to be both bow and silver arrows, ka-ching, ka-ching, you win.
Now, with the hit Antlers got, it did say Mandala threatened with the ladder. Would you take that at face value at this point if you ended up ladder blocked?
No.
Look for 3.
Nope, there's a 50% chance that that hint is absolutely bollocks because of deceptive hints. In deceptive hints, I absolutely take nothing that I have at face value. If I'm lost and looking for something, I may look back at them, but I'm not taking a hint at face value until I'm 100% out of options.
And we have a Zelda sighting.
So that's good. Straight up north to get to Zelda. That's part of the puzzle down.
All right, well, Antlers now has another important piece of information. At least one of those two items in 9 could still be the bow or silvers, but both of them are not in here anymore. So we have the any key.
No, fair enough. And at that point, I do agree with what he's doing here, piecing out, because you know that you're not finding everything you need here in level 9. You've already got some decent information, so I agree with this 100%. And Antler's going to go ahead and find himself yet another delicious level. And this is going to be probably 7. Yeah, this is basically confirming that we are in first quest level 7. Redbird, hide your eyes. This is 7. And we know that that hint is absolute bollocks because there's no way Garia can grumble with the white sword.
Definitely. jkoper's made his way over to the Dead Woods. Not finding much of anything over there. We're going to go ahead and buy a key. Already had 4, but spend some money just to make sure he doesn't go over.
Nothing wrong with that. And jkoper picking up another key there. So even though Antlers has the any key, jkoper has a 6-pack of keys, which is pretty good, all things considered.
And neither one of our runners are really going to feel the key pressure at this point.
Yeah, the only pressure Antlers is feeling is getting bopped around by those red bubbles. They were not letting him get through.
Yeah, but he has the anti-red bubble device, also known as the wand.
Hey, wand, honestly, one of my favorite items to find, especially early, especially when there's a lot of red bubbles in store, because, as you said, it's the complete anti-one, but I love it because not only can you whack people upside the head with it, it's also a projectile weapon.
Unfortunately, without a sword, getting through these Dodongos is going to be a little more complicated. Hopefully you can find a... Oh, well.
You were saying? Yeah, it looks like we're going to give that 7 a rest for right now and take a look here at the rest of them. Well, hey, look at this. All kinds of levels here. As jkoper is going to go ahead and find 7. And Antlers is in something that is not a first quest level, but what we do have is a staircase. And we do have a transport staircase there. So depending on what we see for other transport staircases and the like, we'll determine where we're at. And also, well, I suppose the map will too, right?
Map would be good. Compass is helpful at this point. Probably should go hug one of those red or blue bubbles there, Antlers.
I mean, you could do that. Or you could just do that.
That works as well.
This looks like it has the potential to be for our second quest 2. Which is the letter A. So of course with second quest 2, things you need to know. 20 rooms, 1 walk-through walls are involved. There is one transport staircase and one item staircase. And we may have a problem here. We are dig doggers, so we may potentially have to take that transport staircase way back at the beginning to get around that.
Or go find a ladder.
Right, because the ladder leads to the corridor, which leads to be able to kill dig doggers. Or we can just, go north. Going north works too, I guess. And here's a 50-50 chance of it being the item or being the other end of the transport. It's the item, and it's extremely disappointing.
Yeah, at this point, both of the boomerangs are relatively disappointing for our runners. Having White Sword 1, not something really going to pick up unless you want to go down the meme strats.
No, definitely not. And you noticed Antlerz immediately piecing out of level 2 because he knows he doesn't need any more Triforce to get into level 9. So this is a very interesting strat here. Maybe something they need is in level 7. Maybe they need to figure out the mob has a boomerang by a lake. We know that's a bollocks hint because, well, we know that the White Sword item was in fact the power bracelet.
Yes, our old men are lying quite a bit tonight. So we find our third large secret.
Well, we are in the money for sure here. And we have got even more levels. Antlerz just swimming in them.
And jkoper's going through the wonderful 7 that we found out. It's relatively blocked. Now, he does have his sword at this point, so he's going to clear out these Dodongos.
Right, so jkoper having sword going through here makes his exploration of 7 a little bit easier, and there's all the bombs you could ever want in this room. And let's immediately check out what we have here in this staircase. It is a transport, and this is going to be level 3, which is apostrophe L. Not just L, but apostrophe L.
Now, we did get a hint that the ladder might be in here, but we could have a lying old man here again. So we'll see what Antlerz finds.
Well, I mean, you're already here. You might as well check. Of the second quest dungeons, it's actually a fairly straightforward one. It's pretty small compared to, like, the I don't want to say, be rude here or lewd, but compared to level 4, which is the D. And for those of you who didn't believe me, there's the apostrophe L.
But we have the bait block in the way of that last room.
Oh, that is harsh.
We do have 3 more rooms to check down here before we have to determine...
Oh, there it is! There's the ladder! Manhandle did threaten with it. jkoper finding a bomb upgrade that he cannot afford by 9 rupees, and Antlerz immediately beelining to the recorder, and I don't blame him one bit. But yeah, that's quite a bit here. So we found level 1, we found level 2, we found level 3, we found 7, we found 8. So right now, level 4 is definitely something that they want to find, for the simple fact of, in second quest, level 4 is the one with 2 items. jkoper are going to go ahead and take the transport staircase here in 7 just to knock that off the list. So now he does know that the next staircase he comes across here in 7 is going to contain the item. Whether it's an item he's looking for is... who knows?
At this point for jkoper, doesn't know where 9 is. He does have the 2 Triforces getting in, but And he spent a lot of time here in 7. If this turns out to be the yellow boomerang, the book, that's going to feel really unfortunate at this point.
It is that there is that one room up in the top corner there that looks like it appears to be dig dogger blocked. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. But jkoper definitely, if he digs this and finds bow or silvers, that's a huge, huge advantage for him. Also, I'm not entirely sure why the game thinks this is a demon. It's definitely a hand puppet of a duck.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Oh, we've got the second bait block, but jkoper does have the bait. Opts to not use it because he's going to try to bomb in first. And Antler's going to go ahead and he's found the bow. Antlerz has found the bow. So here's the question now. Do you duck out and go back to 9? And the bow is recorder blocked, so level 3 is required. Wow. That's just crazy.
I think at 30 minutes in, yeah, I think you go back to 9 at this point.
I mean, you know where Zelda, and he is making a beeline for 9. I agree with this 100%. I mean, 50-50, you have one more item you need the silver arrows. There is levels 4, 5, and 6 left, so there's 3 items left out there. And plus the silver, so yeah, I like this call a lot. And jkoper, meanwhile, is still meandering his way through level 7, which, according to the official translation, is the demon. And let's see what we come up with here. He is going to go ahead and purchase the bomb upgrade. Well, he doesn't have any, so this is not only going to give him the +2 bombs, it's also going to completely refill his capacity.
That's not a great upgrade, but not having any bombs is not good either. So he's going to go ahead and pick up his Triforce here and give up on 7, it looks like.
Well, it appears to be that the item is recorder blocked. But Antler's going to go ahead here and continue the exploration through 9. Now, we've already seen 4 staircases. We've seen 1 connecting path and 2 other ones, as well as the item. And we also have this one now. So Antlerz is getting down a ways on where certain items can be. jkoper, on the other hand, he's found the dungeon he needs to find. Oh, is this 2? This is 2. Never mind. This is not the one he needs to find.
As is not the item he's looking for.
Nope.
Antlerz is making very quick work of this 9, trying to find that second item.
Well, it's one of those interesting things where you don't need to look for Zelda. You only need to kill things if it's in a room that is a push block or it's going to open a door. So just beelining through rooms here when you know you're looking for, just staircase rooms, it's the absolute thing to do. Just muscle on through.
And speaking of muscling on through, jkoper is taking it to these dark nuts.
It's always a fun thing to take it to the dark nuts, and he is seeing the blue boomerang and being like, nope. And Antlerz has found Ganon. He just doesn't have the silvers though. He's gonna hope he can bomb through.
Does he need to... Yeah, and he can.
He can bomb up both ways. Wouldn't it be fascinating if you were required to bomb through Ganon's room to get to the silvers?
Yeah, I don't know that we've had one of those in this tournament. We've had a lot of crazy stuff. I don't think we've had that yet.
I mean, we have had some crazy stuff. We've had some close finishes. We've had some marathons.
I don't know what you're talking about the last one.
Well, what do you mean?
Marathons?
Like 3+ hour seeds.
So with that, Antlerz is going to go south here, and another potential room that could have a staircase in it.
Ooh, jkoper finding the one-way door here, and we're going to see a double clip. Oh no, Antlerz slightly messes up the double clip here. And going to go ahead and get it there. jkoper did find the item, and there's the second item in 9. It's the boomerang.
Well, that leaves us with some questions. One, what dungeon did Antlers find the bow in? And two, where is the silvers? We have 4, 5, 6, and 7's items still on the board.
Well, it looks like Antlerz is going to go ahead and back into 7. We know he has the capability of getting to where he needs to here because he does have the recorder. So even though, he's out of 9 looking, he has a huge, huge information lead on jkoper. He knows where Ganon is. He knows where Zelda is. He has the bow.
At this point, jkoper really needs to find 9 and get that information. Or stumble into the silver somewhere.
Right, but right now he's stumbling into what was level 3. So he's at least going to stumble into the ladder here. Yes, remember we have seen the white sword item. It's the power bracelet that jkoper picked up. It was underneath the vanilla blue ring armos that is usually used in the first quest any percent route. You want a scary story, chat? All right. And then Ganon guarded the boomerang.
I mean, that's not the scariest story we've had here.
No, you're true. Well, if you really want a scary story, and then Nora found the bow.
That never happens. Antlers has made his way up towards the top of this wonderful level 7.
But the good news for him is he does have the ladder, so he can continue doing exploring the old-fashioned way and not having to dip, duck, dodge, and dive around.
jkoper grabbing his ladder. He's going to go ahead and pick the Triforce up out of here. There's only a couple rooms north. He does not know that he only needs at least 2 to get into 9, so wise play here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't know how much you need. It's a super easy to get Triforce. You absolutely pick that up. No need not to. But for the record, I didn't tell the scariest story of all. And it's it's 3 words, and it's the scariest story you can hear of in Zelda Randomizer. Are you ready for this, Nora?
Yeah.
7 is required.
Well, that's just horrible.
jkoper going to go ahead and buy hints. We know that the wand hint was true. We know that the dig dogger hint was not true. But now with the ladder, jkoper can go ahead and check out these potential required ladder spots here and get nothing on the first shot here and get nothing on the second shot here.
Take another up A here. Probably head down and pick up his recorder at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. It made sense to check those up there real quick. Now go get the recorder. And the question is, if you're jkoper, you don't know where 9 is. Do you do some overworld exploration with the recorder, which we know you need to do to get the bow? Or do you head back into 7 really quickly and check out that tippy top room to see what the item potential is?
You grab the Triforce out of 7. He hasn't been down here yet, so at least not in full capacity. I would go ahead and kind of pick these spots off on your way through. I find the coast to be one of those spots that's just really unpleasant to route in.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. The hardest spots I find to route in are those bomb holes on by the coast, and of all things, vanilla level 1. And Antler seems to be a bit on the lost side right now. And Jess in chat, to answer your question, jkoper is playing as Trogdor.
Yeah, Antlerz ducked out of 7 because he didn't have the sword to take out the Dodongos, and it was ladder blocked to the north of him.
Correct, but now he has the sword and he has plenty of ways to get himself bombs.
And jkoper has found 9, so he's going to get the news that he is eligible to enter. Let's see how long it takes him to understand that he's not eligible to kill Ganon.
Well, I think he knows he's not eligible to kill Ganon quite yet.
Right, but the tools he needs are not in this dungeon.
The silver to kill the beast lies elsewhere, as does the letter to kill the beast.
We're not playing Sprite Shuffle.
But do we not refer to the bow as the D?
True.
Let's sigh.
So Antlerz is up here in the Dodongo room that he was unable to get out of earlier, so he will be able to proceed on here.
Yeah, but he just needs to go north here and bomb to the right, and he'll be good. Now, if you do remember, we did get a hint earlier saying that level 6 was on Death Mountain. jkoper bought a hint saying that the book was potentially in 6. So I will let you figure that out, but at this point, Death Mountain does look like a likely candidate for level 6.
Definitely. We haven't seen a lot of power bracelet spots or recorder checks yet either, so lots of potential still.
But we did see the one recorder check that mattered, the desert spot directly to the north of the open cave. That was the level that the bow was in.
That it was.
And Antler's like, oh, hey, oh, wait, I don't need that shiny. And yes, to answer the question in chat, the only old man that cannot lie is the one guarding level 9. All the other ones can be dirty, stinking liars.
I know Antlerz doesn't need the Triforce in here, but every now and then I don't think it's a bad idea in these flags to grab them, even if you know you don't, just so you can transport back if you need to go back looking for a dungeon. Now in this case with Antlerz, he just needs the silver, so he's not going to need to do that.
No, absolutely. I mean, the other reason you could pick one up here as jkoper finds Lord Banana in level 9 is if you need the health refill, and Antlerz is looking pretty low on his hearts. And thanks, game. Thank you for the compass.
I mean, isn't the compass always behind the Triforce now?
True. I think so.
I think that's a new thing Fred added.
What I will say, though, is one of my favorite clips is the clip you just saw jkoper do. He was burning what was the normal location for second quest level 7. And I love that clip because normally what you'd have to do is you'd have to burn it from one side, then go to the other side to get to it. But if you clip into the tree, it allows you to be able to burn it and stay on the screen and enter it. That's one of my favorite clips in the game.
That's one clip I still wish I could do. It looks so neat. And jkoper is on the correct screen. He just saw the hint about the ladder. And he's now in level... Well, this is... sorry, this is where the bow is.
Yeah, this is level question mark. Because the bow is literally right. Like, legitimately. Like, hi. Right was right in here. I don't know if Antlerz took this one or not. But oh, we have a master one here. And antlerz is going to go ahead and make his way through the rest of level 7 here. Alrighty, continuing on, this is the room that jkoper could not get out of earlier, and now he is going to go ahead and go ahead and be able to kill that dig dogger and find out what's in the last room here.
Well, it's Tektites.
And here we go. It's the heart container. So Antler's going to go ahead and pick up his reward. Not the one he was looking for, unfortunately.
No, but that does leave us now with 3 dungeons to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, and from what I'm seeing there, jkoper seems to be in second quest level 4.
Well, that means we have a second item hanging out in there, and neither one of our runners have put that together yet.
No, because we're missing the letter D and the letter Z. And Antler's going to go ahead and check the raft spot. jkoper going to go back into 9, doing the same thing we saw Antler's doing earlier, which makes sense because he hasn't found the any key yet.
And Antler's is fairly close to where the power bracelet is. He's going the wrong way for it, but interesting if he picks that up and see what leads from there. But we have another dungeon.
And do not be confused, our runners are not in the same dungeon, they are just in the same color dungeon. And this is always one of my favorite rooms, you're always supposed to go one way through those rooms, but if you know how to block clip in tight spaces, then those rooms become really, really trivial. And yeah, we are getting, I don't want to say confirmation, but a lot of people are saying that this is 5. Oh, no, we're hearing a 4 here. See, this is why I don't play guess the levels in second quest, because I don't play enough second quest to know where the map layout tiles are. I just know they spell Z-E. Oh, and this is, there we go, there's the confirmation. This is level 4, so there's going to be 2 items in here. So if this is based upon the hint we got of the book being in 6, then by default, the silvers should be in here. Ooh, that's never fun. We have a blocked off Zelda's room there, so we're going to have to find a different way to get to the top level. And this level, this seed has been, you guys were asking at the beginning what the catch to the seed was going to be. The catch to this seed is apparently a dig dogger dance party everywhere you look.
There's that, and there's the first of our toll rooms here.
Pretty cheap toll room. Only 30 rupees required.
I mean, what, our big secret was 140 something? Yeah, we've got money. We're good.
Yeah, money for days. And, well, again, we are making our way here through level 4. Because this is second quest level 4, there are going to be 2 items here, and this is a room that could potentially be a staircase here in second quest. And hey, look at that. It's a staircase.
But it is not the item we're looking for.
No, so that means we have a 50-50 chance as jkoper doing some fancy ladder coping to get across the T room there. Well, we know that's a lie, because Gleok did not lurk with the recorder. Nothing lurked with the recorder.
So now it's just a matter of finding the staircase here in 4, and if it's not here, then figuring out either 5 or 6, and jkoper gets the silvers aren't here hint.
There it is, right there, right
They
in 4. Antlerz found him. So Antlerz has everything he needs to go ahead and take out Ganon. He knows where Ganon is. He knows where Zelda is. Antlerz is in firm control here. So jkoper going to go ahead and he's going to take the any roads up to Death Mountain. Unfortunately for him, this is not the area he needs to be in. He needs to head back down to start towards Candle Row. But, you know, he hasn't explored a lot up here. It does make sense from a logical world exploration perspective. Wow, I can't talk.
No, you can't. But and even more so, worst case here for jkoper is he finds the last dungeon.
Right, which we know has to contain the book.
Correct.
Ooh, Antlerz did just take a couple of bops from a red bubble there, so he is going to have to find a blue one before he can go ahead and kill Ganon.
Yes, we have not seen the letter, and I do believe that we have not seen all of our take-innings, but we've seen most of them.
Right, but there's a couple of blue bubble paths on the way to Ganon here, as Antlerz is clearly showing us. And Ganon's going to be right over here to the right, if my memory serves me correctly, because I remember that path. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, here is Ganon.
Ganon does roll plus 4 or minus, but he'll never go over his maximum.
Right, and his maximum is, of course, what he starts out with, which is the 15. And Antlerz, with a half a heart, but gets a beautiful stun lock there. And now at this point, Antlerz just needs to go up about 3 or 4 rooms, and he'll have found himself a princess.
As jkoper's finding one of those take-innings, he's going to go ahead and grab the potion. Unfortunately for him, it's going to be just a little too late.
Yeah, absolutely. Antler's going to go ahead, keep going up a little bit ways, and, well, we got 2 more rooms to go through, if I can correct. You can go ahead and machine gun all of the enemies, and there is the door popping open. So that is going to be it with an official SRL time of 47 minutes and 48 seconds. Antlerz is going to find Zelda, and in addition, jkoper did in fact find the last dungeon. Yeah, jkoper did find the last dungeon up there on Death Mountain, which confirms the hint we saw earlier that level 6 was on Death Mountain, which means the book, so he knows he has to find 4. Or that's at least really, I'm assuming he's looking for. And he's going to go right back to 7 and unfortunately get disappointed with the heart container.
Yeah, he will not enjoy his trip through the rest of the 7. Interesting pack kill there, though.
Oh, yeah, jkoper got himself soft locked in the like. That was weird. He had to pause and unpause. He kind of soft locked himself in the like. I've never seen that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
It was. Apparently, in level 7, pancakes eat trogdor.
So while jkoper's digging 7 and Antlerz is getting ready to join us here in the Discord, kind of give a quick rundown of the rest of the schedule that we have coming up for the Z1R tournament. So tomorrow, October 30th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on Speed Gaming, we have X Ice Blue and Jam Evil in what should be our last bracket flags match.
That should be very, very interesting.
And before I get to the next day's race, we have Antlers here in the Discord. So GG there, Antlers.
Hey, GG guys.
So first of all, 47-minute clear time with a full clear of level 7. That's impressive, sir.
Thanks. That was just for RBG. I knew he'd appreciate that.
We could all hear him shivering with fear as soon as you entered and decided to dig.
Yeah, no, honestly, when I forgot that I could bomb right, so I knew I knew that I could bomb right out of that top right room in the crest of the mouth, or like the opening of the mouth. But I thought I had, so I was like going around and I was frantic. I was like, oh no, I'm screwed now, because I'm spending way too much time in this level 7. I'm guessing he probably didn't find the bow.
He has that now. You found the ladder about 20 minutes ahead of him.
Was the ladder required? I didn't even keep track.
Yes, because you need the ladder to get to the recorder to get to the level that had the bow.
Oh, yeah, duh. Yeah, so, the ladder was in level...
We believe it's
3. Ladder was in 3.
Yes, because I got the hint. The ladder was in level 3, and I was like, I don't know if I believe you or not. And then I found level 3, and I'm like, well, we're gonna go ahead and believe you, old man. And turned out to be the case.
Yeah, how nervous were you in that 3 when you were coming down to 2 rooms left and you saw one of them was bait blocked?
I was like, I'm gonna have to go buy some bait. I was hoping I didn't have to, because I like, that's a typical jkoper move to go buy the bait. Yeah, I mean, when I found that red ring, I was like, oh wow, it is just who can mow through things faster, because I'm sure that he found that right away as well.
Yeah, you found the red ring first, he got the white sword first, but within 5 minutes you guys were fully equipped.
Yeah, I mean, like that, I mean, this seed, it was just who makes the right plays, honestly. That's all it comes down to. Because it gave you everything, like, right away. Everything that you needed combat-wise, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the tricky part about this seed was finding the dungeons to a point where you could actually dig them, because as you saw, level 9 was 2 or less Triforces required to enter.
Yeah, I found that, and I was like, okay, we're digging 9. So my policy in this flag set generally is you find, I mean, you go to 9 until you know that 9 is not your go mode. So I found that any key, which honestly, I mean, the any key was an awesome find in 9. And then I found the bow in, I don't even know what level it was, to be honest. Maybe...
We think it was 5. 6. We're not sure if it was 5 or 6. 5. That's all we know for sure. It was either 5 or 6.
Okay, yeah, I figured it was either level 5 or 6.
Yeah, jkoper got a hint that the book was in 6 on Death Mountain, and he did find a dungeon on Death Mountain, so we're fairly sure that that was 5 for the bow.
Yeah, see, I got that hint as well, and I'm like, yeah, don't know if I'm making that Death Mountain play just quite yet. So you said he hasn't found the silvers, right? I'm guessing he hasn't found level 4.
He has not found level 4. It's the only one he hasn't found.
Yeah, and I took a really fortunate path in level 9 too. I mean, I found Zelda, and then I found Ganon pretty much right away. So that was a really, really short level 9 for me.
Yeah, all things considered, definitely a nice, short, concise level 9.
Yeah, pretty friendly. I started to panic when I got hit by that red bubble, my third time in there, the time that I ended up winning. But then I remembered that the blue bubbles were right on the other end of the staircase, or at least I was thinking they were. I'm glad I was correct on that.
Yeah, I could a little. You got hit with the bubble, and then you paused there for just a second with the "oh crap."
Right? Yeah, because I was like, I don't have a potion.
Yeah, the frantic shuffling through of the items of, oh wait, I don't have a potion.
Right.
I hope there's blue bubbles.
Yeah, I think that I only had 6 hearts, and I never took a potion because I wanted to make sure that I could get the white sword item if I ever came across it.
It was the power bracelet, and it was in the vanilla blue ring shop.
Well, I'm sure glad that I didn't find it then. I never even made it to the west side of the map. That's how crazy the seed was. I did not, like, the furthest west that I ever made it was the hint shop 2 screens west of Vanilla Start. That's the furthest west I ever went this seed.
Wow, that's crazy.
There wasn't a lot over there, so you missed the White Sword Cave, the Wood Sword Cave. There was 2 any roads over there in level 6. That was about it.
Yeah, I mean, which, you know, like I said, I'm glad I missed that White Sword Cave, because that would have been a huge red herring and a big time sink, I'm sure.
And speaking of level 6, jkoper is in there right now, we believe.
What we do know is he's in the Pepto Pink dungeon. What we also know is he's found a staircase connector.
Yeah, I never even saw level 6. So I just pulled up the restream, and I was never in this dungeon, so I must have found the bow at a level 5. Then.
Well, yeah, we're not for sure this is 6, but based on the hint that we found saying the book was in here, that's why we're going on.
Oh, yeah, based on where he just went.
This is 6. This is 6, yep. Bow was in 5.
Yep.
Or no, silvers were in 5, not bow. Bow was in, yeah, bow was in 5.
Bow was in 5.
Silvers were in 4.
Silvers were in 4. Yep.
Stupid letters I can't spell.
No one asked you here to spell, TG.
I'm still unsure why they asked me here to talk.
Pretty sure it's because you do a good job of it.
Well, I appreciate that. So, I gotta ask, your reward for taking out jkoper is now at a Genos. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a great reward. just the #1 seed overall in the tournament. Probably favorite to win it all.
He was also in chat right now, begging to start the race now.
I mean, hey, if he wants to, let's go. I could do it right now. No joke, no scam.
Well, the fun thing is about that, we do have in chat, we've got people already volunteering for commentary for that as well. So if any of you out there in speed gaming land know of a restreamer who is available, we could get this on the road.
I don't know why, but my audio is a little weird here.
No, that's just my voice.
It's coming through the wrong device.
Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, I have some news for you here. Redbird Grad and Crystal Saver have offered to do commentary. Narrator has just graciously volunteered to do some restreaming. We've got a restream channel, so in about 15-20 minutes, we're gonna have that race.
Let's go.
We are going to be going ahead and moving channels for that race, but we are going to have that race.
So with that, TG, I will be going ahead and heading out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here and calling this exciting race. And like you said, look forward to seeing everyone over on Randomania as we get Antlers versus 8-Gen going up.
Well, hopefully we get to watch jkoper finish here.
We'll let jkoper finish while I get set up. So I will see y'all over there in a little while.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. We're getting the impromptu triple header tonight. So that is something to look forward to. So, Antlers, if you want to go ahead and get yourself a little bit of rest, relaxation, maybe a bathroom break before you have to go in for match 2, I would say go ahead and do that. But thank you very much, and that was a fantastic race.
Oh, I already did the bathroom break. We're good on that. That's what I needed a minute for.
Fair enough.
Thank you, though.
No, not a problem. Figured I'd make the offer, but jkoper is going ahead here, making his way down to Cannon, or also eventually he is going to find level 4, which we know contains the all-important silver arrows. Now, the fun part's going to be is if he chooses to go left immediately, he will find them immediately.
Yeah, see, that's what another thing I was freaking out about. I was like, okay, I've dug like half of this level 4, and then I go left from start. And surprise, surprise, there are my silvers. Then I'm like, oh crap. So he's probably killing Ganon right now.
Nope, and he has, and he's immediately going left. He's immediately going to be rewarded. And you guys don't have access to it, but he is in the IRC, and his only response to that is just lame. And I don't blame him on that. That is pretty disheartening.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it was just a matter of, you know, skill did not play a big part in this race. It was who, I mean, it was movement a little bit, but it was who made the right calls, and it was knowledge. You know, like what knowledge do you find during the seed that points you in the right direction?
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, you know, the first 2 items you get are White Sword and Red Ring. That takes a lot of the combat out of it. Not that I'm saying that there isn't still combat, but having Red Ring and having the White Sword makes combat immensely easier. So as you said, once you have those 2 items, it just becomes a matter of who gets luckier. And in this race, it was you.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all it came down to, honestly. And just looking at the restream, I just realized I only got 2 Triforces. I thought I had 3.
Nope, you avoided the Triforce in 2 and 7 when you ran across it, and you never went up to grab the 1 and 3.
Yeah, jkoper, he's gonna. I'm thinking he's gonna sub 110 the seed. He's taking this first staircase, so it looks like he knows exactly where to go here.
Yeah, I believe he did find Ganon. Yep, I believe we're taking the back doorway into Ganon because you came in from the other direction.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess maybe his first trip in, he didn't have any key. That would be.
He did not. You found any key about the time you joined us in the call. Yep, it looks like we are taking the backside into Ganon. And jkoper has, in fact, found Ganon. I am a little disappointed every time I see jkoper fight Ganon because he's Trogdor, and why Ganon isn't reshuffled into a sprite of the countryside, I'm very disappointed. But Ganon is defeated, and I don't think he actually ended up killing everything in the room with the any key. He doesn't know that's where... Never mind, he now knows where Zelda is. I was gonna say he doesn't know, but hey, there's a compass.
It's always nice.
It is always nice to find the compass. And
that's something like this tournament. I found the compass like almost every seed I've played except for this one, ironically.
No, fair enough, but jkoper running into the same problem you did there, speeding up to Zelda, and oh, darn it, there were likes.
Yeah, that sent my tilt meter off the charts when I got swallowed by that like, because I already thought I could see a dot done any minute.
Oh, that would have been disheartening to just get liked and get in. Just the thought of that is crazy. But that is going to do it. jkoper going to go ahead and clock in with a time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 12 seconds. And Trogdor! If it wasn't past midnight here and I didn't have roommates sleeping, I'd go full Trogdor, but nobody wants to hear that anyway. But I'm not sure if we're going to get jkoper in here for an interview or not. But as we said, we are going to go ahead and get the next race going right on. That is, as I said, going to be Antlerz here, who is in the chat with me right now, and Adaginos. They're going to get their match going on here in probably about 10-15 minutes. That is going to be right over at twitch.tv/randomania. You're going to have the wonderful Redbird Grad and Crystal Saber on commentary, so by all means, stick around, go watch that. That's going to be worth it.
Thanks, TGE. I'm going to get out of here now. I'm going to run, get set up, and we'll see everybody on the other side again.
Not a problem. And with that, we do have a jkoper here in the chat with us.
Hey guys, good game, Antlerz.
Hey, jkoper.
Thanks.
So, before of all the other things involving, you know, the luck and dungeon searching, I have to ask, what was your thoughts when you sort of soft-locked yourself into the like there when killing the boss monster in the room for a minute?
I think that was almost worth it. The whole thing. Like, getting something like that to happen might have been worth the whole race. So, no, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was, of all the races I've called this, that is something I have never seen, so that was definitely something to watch.
Yeah, I've played this game a fair amount and watched it a decent amount. And I don't think I've seen it. I think I've seen 1 or 2 clips that people had where something similar happened. What was really strange about what I did, and I don't know exactly what chain of events triggered it, but like I blew the recorder just like trying to do something, and then I paused and unpaused and it was gone. And I don't know why, but that was interesting.
No idea either, but it was definitely something where it was just sitting there watching, and then you're stabbing the sword, nothing's happening, and then it just randomly disappears. It was definitely the craziest thing I've seen in a long time in this.
Yeah. So this seed, I'm guessing New Game Plus, sub 10, easy. I don't know how many Triforces it took to get into 9.
2 or less.
Yeah, but one of them in 3 was absolutely free. And then, I don't know, there were a couple that weren't hard other than that one, I think.
Yeah, no, 3 was pretty easy. 1 was pretty easy.
And if you needed keys, they were really easy to get in 8 to begin with anyway, so... But yeah, you know, go to 8, grab a red ring just for the heck of it, and, you know, take a white sword with you if you want. It's nice to have. And then, you know, go to 3 and get the ladder. Go get the recorder. Go to 5, get the bow. Right? Is that where it was?
Yeah, like 3 rooms into 5, the 1 room to the left or the right there, and 4 for the silvers. Yeah, you're not wrong. This would probably be 12 minutes tops, New Game Plus.
Yeah, just crazy. So, and I just didn't do Candle Row early. Instead, I found 7, and I said, "Oh, sure, let's dig this. It probably won't be that time consuming." And then I cleared every room. I got the Triforce at least, but yeah. At least I went back to confirm that there was a heart container in there so that everyone's questions were answered.
Yeah, that 1 recorder blocked room at the top of 7.
Yeah. And then the next dungeon, which I wasn't sure which one it was, but that was 2. And it sure looked recorder block for the Triforce there too. Right below 7.
Yeah, I might have been. At that point, I know that both of you, I don't know if you had found them, I know at that point Antlers had already found 9, so popped in, saw the blue boomerang, and popped out, so. Yeah, no, definitely, and even for, you know, for a full clear seed, which, you know, you knew where every item was, full cleared 7, partially full cleared 9, sub 110 is still pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, it's alright. It would have been more fun to have something in the 40s, make it competitive, but maybe it's easier to lose this way. I don't know. But Antlers is very deserving, and I'm kind of happy for him to go on because he's newer, deserves some exposure. So
yeah, I agree. And if you want to keep up with that exposure, we're continuing this. We're having a triple header. Antlers and Genos are going to be going right now in like 10 minutes over on Randomania.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. So that's definitely something I'm going to look forward to. So since we are getting to the end of this here, what was your thoughts on the whole, I mean, I know you're part of the admin team, so you guys are part of the initial discussion here, but with the Pentaforce flags initially and then the random Triforces, how do you think overall this whole thing played out?
Man, I'm not a big fan of random Triforces, especially for a best of 1. There's just not there's a lot of luck involved in just finding the stuff to kill Ganon. And finding 9, I guess, sometimes. But you know, it's been a really exciting tournament, that's for sure, and lots of crazy things have happened. So if that's what we were going for, then great. Lots of interesting things to happen for the viewers, but it's often been really frustrating for the racers, I'm sure. I know it has been for me. But yeah. All right. Well, I think we should head over to Randomania and get this whole crowd over there too.
I 100% agree. So thank you all very much for watching. Again, great race here. Good back-to-back races there. So from jkoper, again, thank you all very much for watching. So on behalf of both of our racers, Antlers and jkoper, our tracker behind the scenes, Crimson Abix, my broadcast partner in the racer, who is now going to set up the restream for the other race, and myself, The Green Effect. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Now, go on over to twitch.tv/randomania and watch Genos versus Antlers. Go do it.